There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's a pretty rad fucking day. A lot happening in the financial world. Look, I mean, there's a lot happening globally. There's a lot going on. We live in a gay household, and our dads are fighting. Elon Musk and Donald Trump. We got fucking new stuff hitting the S&P 500, according to Eddie and Britt. So it looks like we're at least getting some allowance, which I'm excited about. We got birthday parties to go to with Not NFT NYC. I mean, things are just happening in our little household, and I'm excited about them. Eddie, Britt, how the fuck are you today? Or not.
Are we there?
Did we freeze?
It looks like you froze.
Can you hear me? Can you hear?
Are we live? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear?
You can hear us? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
No.
It's an exciting day. We still look frozen. Okay. Let me see. It's an exciting day. We're on pins and needles, waiting to see if Robinhood has been included in the S&P 500. We're just waiting. They were supposed to announce almost an hour ago at 2:15 Pacific Standard Time. We should have heard whether we got included or we're passed up, and if App 11 got in. We don't know anything right now. So they're about almost an hour late on releasing the new additions.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we've been refreshing it. The website's down. Robinhood went down to like 72,
but then immediately shot back up to 78.
And so this is like, somebody always knows, you know what I'm saying? Like Nancy Pelosi, or like somebody knows, right? And so that's where we usually get this issue. Are you hearing me? Okay, Lord?
I'm hearing everything that you're saying. What I'm doing is I'm taking this moment to spread into other communities.
Let me take the stage while you go ahead and do that then. Okay, so what's happened this week has been crazy. Circle IPO'd at $31, and a lot of people got assigned about half of the shares that they requested. As soon as market opened, shot up to 90 something bucks. Today we opened it, it's at almost 120. So if you were paying attention to any of the spaces that Brittany and I were doing in regards to stable coins, we've been trying to show lore on Circle for a minute as well. And
I didn't understand it.
Right. And honestly, I assume most crypto people understand stables. They're just not excited about it, right? Because buying a stable doesn't 100x. But buying a company that produces the stables, it's almost like buying a piece of like the Federal Reserve or something. Like, not that you can print money, but when you attach $1 to the blockchain, it's like a super dollar. And they don't deserve to be the $20 billion company that they are right now to the market. But I would have liked to see them at $6 billion. So if they come back down to IPO price around 31, I'll go ahead and buy in. Brittany was assigned. She made a bag. Her mom was assigned on some shares. She made a bag. I made a lot of people money on this run, but I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Sometimes other people got to get wins, and I'm not mad. I got a lot of hood. Obviously, today's a big day for Robinhood. If we can confirm,
Circle was going to be the buy. I didn't think that they were going to do a public offering, or thought that they were going to be acquired by Coinbase or Ripple, somebody in the space, that I did not think that they were going to go out on their own. So us getting that opportunity, we were literally retail's fighting for shares with institutions. Like, I don't know how Robinhood decided to allocate shares. We were joking that Ed won the gold bar, so I got my Circle allocation. But I'm really curious on how they did decide to do that. I feel like, because I did get a flip warning since I sold half my bag of shares, that I can't participate in an IPO for 60 days. That's considered IPO flipping, I guess. So I'm okay with that. I'll take my gains and sit out for 60 days. But for people that were more aggressive with the shares that they wanted allocated, or the shares they were attempting to reserve, I just felt like Robinhood didn't even. I got my shares.
It basically 5x, right? I mean, because it was coming in at about 20, give or take, and then it went to 100.
Well, first it was you could reserve at 24 to 20. 26, I believe, and then they price ranged, and then it was 27 to 28, 29, but that was still within the 30% buffer or 20% buffer that Robinhood gave when you were setting your money to reserve the shares. So people that were able to get it, congratulations, that's a bag. And if you held overnight, and we're in triple digits now. Circle is trading at what, 113? So absolutely insane.
Yeah, this is I mean, shout out to everybody in the space. I see Brittany's probably has like 200. I don't know what Lore has in there, but this is IPO and the Robinhood thing are like the two biggest things happening this week. But I do want to note something for, think about who you're trusting during this time, because we saw a lot of people jump the gun on announcing Hood is in the S&P 500. And it's like, in crypto, we learned something that the Wall Street hasn't learned yet. It's trust, but verify. And that you can't just like read the headline, post your headline, and disrupt your followers, because now I'm looking at a lot of like retail analysts are not taken seriously anyways. But my favorite retail analysts did not jump the gun. The people that I pay attention to, some of their followers, some of their friends did. And it creates this just blur of like, these guys are dumb money, and it's a bad look on retail when you don't go find a trusted source, a Bloomberg terminal date, a link that has like to the S&P. Like, there's just so many people announcing it.
Please, where's the confirmation? Send link, please. And that's the link that they're sending. Like, come on, that's not telling us anything.
The source is trust me, bro.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of send CA, right? It's just like, it's not verified or anything. Like, I'm just gonna copy paste this, send it out. Now, Brandon has a question. First question of the day. And this is a question that I had that I fully didn't understand, and I think that's why I didn't jump on board, and I'm really upset with myself for not, because right now, Monday morning quarterbacking, I'm like, oh, now I get what they were telling me. I didn't fully understand what it was. You guys were talking about Circle, and as I understood it, it was its own stable coin. And I'm like, well, I don't understand why I would put $20 into a stable coin.
Well, Circle is an issuer of one of the second largest stable coins.
And now I understand that. Now the question is how does Circle generate revenue?
So
fees and interest, little interest, but more so small transaction fees.
So all that money is plugged into the USDC. You get the USDC, but we keep the what backs it, right? And then we make money off of generating revenue off of it using money market funds, treasury bills. They're basically, so this is the reason I wouldn't buy it at this point, is because they're only generating what the bank is going to be able to generate, in a sense, right? So let's say
5%.
Exactly. And so as soon as rates go down, they're going to take a hit. Now, here's the red flag for me, and I've been posting about it for a while. I like Circle. I love USDC because all of the US institutions are going to use the #1 regulated stable coin, not the #2 regulated stable coin. That's just how America moves. So USDC is the obvious choice, but they're paying over 900 million over to Coinbase. Can you this is just insane, because when you have 1.6,
what do you mean by that? Hold on, stop.
There's a revenue share agreement between Coinbase and and Circle, right? And so they split a lot of the profits on USDC, and the negotiation is basically, hey, we have this coin, we want it to be adopted by everybody, and Coinbase is like, we got this platform, we can get it adopted by everybody.
And originally it was only what is held on the platform. But that's no longer the case. We're now hearing that even if it was purchased on the platform, but is now no longer being held on the platform, Coinbase still gets to get those the revenue from the fees. So if we can renegotiate the Coinbase split, which I'm pretty sure they're in talks to, because Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, they're not going to let Coinbase eat their lunch if they're invested with this partner. There's no way that they're going to maintain that. And
so Circle is generating a very small amount. So if they accumulated 1.6 billion in 2024, they had to pay out 900 million to Coinbase. That leaves them with change, right? Like 160 million. It's like, so obviously they can renegotiate that deal right there. But there's a lot more to it too, because Coinbase also keeps a lot of USDC on the Coinbase platform, and they get to keep all of the yield generated on their platform. They don't have to share it with Circle. You know what I'm saying? So this issue is like, basically USDC stablecoin is almost 50-50 Circle and Coinbase. So I'm really waiting for a drawback, a negotiation on this Coinbase, maybe even a dip in rates. We might get a better buy price for Circle, but for now, I'm not going to touch it at over 20 billion market cap.
Now,
That's just insane.
When you do it at that, when you lock in right there and you buy it at that price, and forgive me because I'm not super TradFi. Does that mean I'm locked in at whatever that rate is at that time? So if it when it goes lower and the price goes lower and I jump in and the rate is 3.5, am I stuck in, or does it change? Is it variable?
Well, you're catching a falling knife. So if you buy the top and you don't want to be down on that share, you have to keep purchasing as it's falling.
Got it.
But I wouldn't buy the top. I would wait for a massive pullback and then really deploy some capital.
And we've seen a lot of stocks pop like this too. You know, this is a real crypto thing, and you got to think a lot of crypto people are very, very happy with this, have a good vote of confidence for what we're looking at, Circle. And so when they all go in, you got to know some of these guys are just degenerates, and they're not looking at a PE ratio of 1,000x. Like, what? 1,000 PE means I'm paying $1,000 to get $1 of return in revenue. It's like, that is definitely some crypto stuff, and Wall Street is not buying into this at this price either. So even though the IPO was oversold, 25% oversold, they raised the price targets, like Brittany was saying, all the way to $31. Then people got allocated less than what they wanted. And as soon as the stock
got partial allocation, still they didn't get their full shares allocated.
But it's exciting, and this is the second big crypto company to ever be on the stock market.
Shout out Coinbase being number one.
And what I'm saying though is that when they did that though, and they increased it to 31, I'm pretty sure FOMO kicked in, and that started driving price up. Do you know what I mean? So like,
of course, because you understand crypto participants. Now for Wall Street, they don't look at it like that. They see this is a big risk, right? So they might be playing a day play, a 2-day play, a week play. They might be doing some sort of swing trade. But for crypto investors
too, though, that's also very crypto too. Like, I'm going to get in, I'm going to wait for the pump, and then I'm going to jump.
Yeah.
But you know, when you see those profits, you can't, it's so hard to sell because you're like, it could go higher. It can go higher. So I love Circle. I love everything they did. I love what it stands for. It means that crypto is definitely looking better in the eyes of Wall Street. So we got Coinbase in the S&P 500. We're talking about Robinhood getting in the S&P 500 today, and Circle IPO'd with the amazing run this week. So this is just all bullish for crypto. I don't see a crypto winner anywhere in sight.
I do want to say, I know degens absolutely hate me when I say Bitcoin banking is coming, crypto banking is coming. And it sounds bearish, but it's so bullish for the space. If you are here for the tech, if you are not here just to get rich, if you're actually here for the tech, if you're here for blockchain technology, if you're here for immutable tech that keeps you accountable, but also keeps you in a position that you don't have to trust anything, it's all verifiable. That's what we want with banking. That's one of the most important things of our economy. So if you don't have any trust in the government, and we were just speaking about Gen Z owns more crypto than they do in equity. Like, they're not buying companies. They're not buying generational companies. They're buying crypto. And a large part of that has to do with them not trusting the economy. Them not trusting our government. So as a way to circumvent that, getting access to US dollars through USDC and the like, it just makes sense. And if you're not going to use it, I understand that, but at least invest in it.
So I don't I don't want to be the market analysis or I'm an older guy. I don't want to speak for the younger generation. And I agree with maybe that distrust, but I also agree with the speed of the way the crypto market moves. And I think that the younger generation is like better, faster, stronger. And so I think that's kind of the attention span, even through TikToks, is what it is. And I don't want to get too far off base, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think younger generations are interested in crypto because they are aware of their parents or cousins getting in at BTC earlier and then pumping. really quick, and their friends making money off of meme coins and things like that. I mean, high school students are getting involved in meme coins and like making bags there. And so I want to
People
say
are
that.
starting to pay their children Bitcoin allowance, where the kids are not spending and consuming that allowance. They know, hey, this is my future. Buying Bitcoin at 100K, wait till it gets to a milli. Like that's the kind of concept this next generation is having, which it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see.
What is going on with this S&P website?
Yes.
So yeah, I was gonna say what. So today is basically you guys' Super Bowl, as I understand it. I'm sorry.
here's
wrong analogy.
No, I need to tell you guys the run though, Laura, is because if this happens, we still have about 3 weeks until everybody starts, till the institutions start buying. So this is the front run. If they say
what this is really quick, just so that I can equate it to something. This is my friends, Eddie and Britt, my nephews. This is their fucking draft. This is the NFL draft for them because they're saying who it is, that the newcomers that are coming up. There's going to be some players that get traded along the way. And so this is what they have been looking for and waiting for. And so I'm curious. I know you guys are refreshing, and I can refresh as well, and I can show on the screen. But you guys were predicting that Robinhood would make it. Do we have any news on that? And was there anybody that got in so far that you know of that you were shocked by, disappointed in? I need to know all of that.
It's all just rumors right now. Somebody said App11 did not make it in. I said, if they're not making it in, Hood's not making it in. Then we were kind of spiraling. And it's like, no, people are just, that's the whole thing. We talk about everybody's talking, but nobody's saying anything. Everybody wants to get that first tweet off. Everybody wants to be the one that's bringing information, even if it's nothing to share. We are all just waiting, but people just want to type and get some.
Okay, no, I can see it. I mean, in the viewership that we have today, right now, there are like 500 people like, what the hell is happening right now in the market?
I know.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share the screen so that we can get the S&P up. You guys tell me exactly where it is that I'm supposed to go, and then we will take it from there. All right, so I've got everything up. Where do you guys want me to be? So I put in Robinhood, the keyword, the thing that everybody wants to know. What else you want me doing, guys? I can refresh. I can do whatever you want.
Let me see. I'm gonna send you a link actually right now. 1 second.
All right, send it in the team chat, and then
even all of the best in the space. I mean, same with the Circle IPO. I was told, oh, it's going to happen Monday. Okay, now we're readjusting for price target. Now it's going to happen Tuesday. Oh, it's not happening on the 3rd. It's going to happen on the 5th. It's just been an insane week, especially with, as Laura mentioned, our Papa billionaires fighting right now. So wild times in the market.
What I want to say is that what appears to me from the crypto side that appears super relevant inside the TradFi area is this misinformation, right? There's you get fragments and pieces of bits of information even when the full story hasn't even been released yet. And it's all right now, what I'm seeing is a ton of fucking speculation and a lot of folks like on the edge of their seats, like what's going on.
And here's the reason that the speculation is so key right now is because we're living in a clout chasing time, right? So people really want the engagement. They want the right to be, bragging rights. Oh, I posted this first, right? I don't know why these balloons are going off. What's going on here? But when you think about that, I actually just sent you something too, where it's like, you really do got to figure out who you're trusting in this market, because some people are just trying to pump their bag. Some people are trying to pump their X account. Everybody has a different motive in this situation. And I mean, I'm literally refreshing this every second, making sure we don't miss this news. But trust, in crypto, like I said, go ahead and trust it, but then go verify the information, go get the link, go get the source, and be able to actually see it. In crypto, no one even looks on the blockchain, right? Except for the good sleuths. Well, in Wall Street, everyone's just reading headlines too. So it's pretty similar, and it's sad because Robinhood is definitely on the tip of everyone's mind today. So just even posting anything about it is getting major engagement. So and accounts we like too.
That browser is not working, my friend. It is not. It won't even let me. It said we'll be back soon. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we are performing some maintenance at the moment. We will be back online soon. Buddies, I don't know what to tell you. This is
There's
wild.
so much traffic. I'm like, this traffic is kind of similar to a DDS or like a Twitter attack that we've been dealing with lately. I'm like, what is going on? We have no news. Everybody's just tweeting. Everybody's questioning each other. Hey, any news? Any news? Any news? Refresh, refresh, refresh. I'm going crazy.
The reason people are even falling for these links though is because they're like, how do I even explain this? Because Robinhood is not. It's like Robinhood is definitely a retail stock, right? And it's here for, you know, the investor, the user of the stock, and them getting into here will be such a big monumental event that it basically the next 6 months is going to be game changing. We got a France crypto event coming up at the end of June. And there's so many catalysts for us. So I'm just super excited. Even if we don't get in and we have a little bit of pullback, I'll be okay with that, because I know we're gonna make it in eventually, even if it's not today. But the reason everyone's looking at this clout is it's, you know, it's X finance. It's all about like likes and engagement. So
and
it's kind of gross.
I have a question.
True of buy the rumor, sell the news. So everybody is trying to see how can I make money on these rumors going on right now? I don't have any real news.
I have a question now. I mean, in crypto right now is kind of about the time that folks would kind of be preaching security, be safe, be safe, be safe. Are there any potential security risks for investors right now with kind of even what's happening with this website, or what's happening, you know, the uncertainty that's happening in the area, the fake news that's kind of coming out, the rumors and the speculation? Are there any security issues that might arise from it? If so, what are they, and how do we protect ourselves against them?
Before Eddie gives you a great one, I want to say financial risk. Don't get shaken out of your bags. That's it. Institutions are coming. Retail, if you've been paying attention, you're here. Don't get shaken out of your bags. Don't let these big guys like BlackRock, you know, front run you. If you have the information and you have the capital to deploy it.
Yeah, and the big security risk, I would say, is exactly what I said before, is not verifying the source and maybe trying to make a move and do something. The reason, and I keep saying, oh, the reason that they're really hooking to this engagement bait is because someone does know. It might not be Bloomberg first, right? It might be somebody watching a Nancy Pelosi tracker, or it might be somebody who's an insider, you know, seeing like a crazy option happen, and they're like, oh, I guess I got to start doing it too. And so somebody always knows, and even before announcements, something's going to spike. And so it's probably good to even have some of these charts up low key, just to see where Robinhood is, or where AppLovin is, or the trade desk. There's a couple.
We need to start screencasting Robinhood legend charts in here.
How about malicious links? I know that's a crazy one, because that's something that we face in the crypto area a lot. Malicious links. Is there any, like, you know, I'm used to hearing wallet trainers, but please.
Yeah, let me tell you where these malicious links are that people are actually getting malware. When you listen to these YouTubes, when you have these YouTube streams and you listen to these financial gurus, sometimes people can sneak in with an advert that's paid for and a QR link. And that QR link, don't ever do that. Don't just go to your TV and don't do that. That's not great. That's not what you do.
Definitely not. One link I would go to would be not nftnyc.xyz and pick up tickets for not NFTNYC. That is a link that you can trust, and a website built by the very man in this room, Eddie.
I'm still looking for some stable coin panelists. So just reach out to me if you know how RWA, stablecoin, or anything like that. I'm going to be hosting the stablecoin panel at Not NFT NYC. So yeah, just hit me up if you guys
if you're interested in the AI panel. I have 3 spots available as well. All things investing in AI, creating with AI, growing with AI, all that good stuff.
Would now be a good time to run the promo?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's see here. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Yeah, I mean, I worked on this over the weekend. I'm pretty stoked about it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. Every year we do an event called Not NFT NYC. This year it is happening at the Producers Club. And it's a big deal for us. I mean, this thing started out as a hole in the wall at a hole in the wall bar. But you're gonna get the full story here in just a second if I'm smart enough to be able to pull up the.
I believe in you, Laura.
I think we got it. Let's see what we got. All of us have been hosting Not NFT NYC for 4 years. What started at a hole-in-the-wall bar turned into an off-Broadway production. And then we took Web3 to the World Trade Center with the Meta Betties. And now we're returning to the Producers Club with more rooms, more activations, and more reasons you don't want to miss out. Here's some alpha that will definitely get me in trouble later.
No!
Meme coins, chocolates, activations, board trading co. Check your wallets.
Shut the fuck up, Lord.
Gumball machines, laughter hours comedy, giveaways, beers, speakeasies.
Shut the fuck up, Lord.
Shout out to all of our sponsors who make it happen. Board Trading Co., Laughing Apes, Bucket Productions, Bitcoin Radar, Dank Memes, DJ Doses, Rich Roast Coffee, NFT Energy Drinks, French Chocolate, Spirit Punks.
Not NFT NYC happening June 6th at the Producers Club. Tickets on sale now. Link in bio. Shout out.
Laura, I'm obsessed. You did such a great job re-editing. Thank you.
I think this is the most degenerate like schizo ad that I've ever created because it's so like flashy and like it's like something's happening I was like we are gonna connect with these young kids with their 2-second attention spans by putting something in every second. So yeah, check out tickets notnftnyc.xyz. You'll be able to join us if you're going to be in New York. Hit us up. And like Eddie and Britt said, panelists for AI, panelists for stable coins. So if you're an expert in that area and you're going to be in New York, drop by, man. We'd love to have you as a panelist to come and speak about it. I do want to say this year's event, I almost want to give it chef's kiss. I've got to shout out Britt. She's been very detailed, organized, like with the run of show. But the way that it's been structured, I mean, with the fact that we have the comedy show in there, the fact that we started off with our regular stuff, we're trying to sprinkle in some awards in there. We have Meta Betties doing something. I mean, we've got meme coins. Shout out the dank memes. I don't know. We have a lot going on, and it is really sexy this year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited to be back at the Producers Club, back off Broadway.
The most important part to me is just the panels. Honestly, I can't wait to network and just talk about stuff I'm interested in with people who are interested in the same thing. It's as simple as that.
I'm most excited about really Not NFT NYC this year is the place that we're going to talk about the two worlds of TradFi and DeFi, bridging, blending, working together to create financial future for us.
Still no confirmation on the on SPX. So I'm just gonna keep.
I'm buying time for that. I'm trying to buy some time for that as you're refreshing. But
can I buy a Val?
Dumping right now. We're going lower.
That might be a sign we didn't get in. Somebody knows. Like I said, somebody always knows.
Somebody inside knows, huh? Yeah, somebody at a call center dude is up there and knows.
Sub 72. Wow.
Yeah, well, that's a bummer, but I do want to say this is the perfect time to like really blend. I think this is the first year that we've done it is blending TradFi and DeFi because we are seeing that more adoption happening. I mean, you're seeing it with Circle now. You're just seeing these things kind of happen, and it's like the moment that we've all been waiting for, where we've always talked about like retail is coming. I feel like it's here right now, and people are kind of taking certain things a little bit more serious. There may be still that aura of speculation, but there's still this very serious undertone about it. Like, hey, man, we are actually doing this. We will be listed. We are doing IPOs. These are assets at this point, and it's a new asset class, almost in a way. Am I saying things right? You're smiling.
Yeah, I'm getting excited, Laura. I'm like, we're at the forefront. It's exciting.
You can teach a lore new tricks. You know what I'm saying? No.
A lore could be a lawyer, like for sure,
bro. I started thinking, I was like, should I? The only reason that I would get a law degree is for this business right here. So we have a marketing officer, we have a financial officer, and then we have legal. You know what I'm saying? And me being legal, let's be honest, that's the most hilarious shit that there could be. You know what I mean?
He's so funny.
Talk to Tex has no idea.
I get instated in Delaware or something where you can register some shady corporations. You know what I mean? But I love it, dude. All right. So what do you guys want to do next? Do you guys want to continue to wait for this? Do you guys want to get into the Trump Elon drama?
Yeah. We'll do breaking news. We'll do breaking news. Let's get into Trump Elon. We'll do breaking news. I'm gonna stay on top of it. Make sure nothing passes us. But we will confirm a valid source before we announce it and I start tweeting about it. Maybe I should get a tweet ready too while we're doing
Well,
this.
I gotta. I'm gonna have to bring up a clip. By the way, I want to apologize. This stream was actually supposed to happen yesterday. I think today was actually even a better day, and the time was even better because of everything that was happening. And I am excited to find out what made it into the S&P 500 for the first time in my life. By the way, because of this show, I'm like stoked about like who's gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like I really want to know. But yeah, man, I think that we did it better. But my friends, my nephews here, Eddie and Britt, they had to take yesterday off because because Elon and Trump were fighting. They're breaking up, and it was just a hard time.
Please respect my privacy at this time.
And so what I did is this is something that the homie Eddie shared with me, and I'm gonna share with you guys. So what the fuck happened yesterday? Well, we'll tell you. What is this?
Any quick reaction on what's going on with Elon Musk and President Trump on Twitter right now?
Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they?
Oh man, the girls are fighting. The way she looked, she was like,
that shit.
she couldn't wait. Oh, man.
So I'm not a huge AOC fan, but
Is anyone an AOC fan, bro?
I also don't hate
You have
her.
to like puppets if you like AOC.
I also don't hate her the way that a lot of people fucking hate on her. What I will say about AOC is that for everybody that complains about politicians, that complains about what the fuck their government looks like, that complains about what's happening in politics, listen. This chick was from New York, and she went and she hustled her way at bars and places and built up that support. And if she can do it, then so can you, bro. So if you really care that much, go be AOC. You don't like AOC? Go take AOC's job. All you
make another AOC.
There you go. You make an AOU. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something for all of us. Is what I'm trying to say. So there I do give her props. Now, yesterday was fucking crazy. There was just a lot that was happening. Don't mind the team chat. Look, I don't want you guys spreading our misinformation that I'm spreading in this chat here. But what was this, bro? I gotta get you guys' take on it. I wasn't gonna say anything about it. I was like, nope, just gonna stay away from this. We're not talking politics. Last time it was sad. This time I'm really happy. This time I'm really happy to talk about politics. And since Eddie is the one who shared it, I figured, you know what? He's sharing it in the team chat. It must be something good to put on the show. So what is this? Time to drop a really big bomb. The real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. This is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Now, here's the thing. We already knew that, bro. We already knew that Trump was on the flight logs. And here's what I want to say about that. Trump would never, ever, under any circumstance, be in the presence of underage girls. It would never, ever, ever happen, except for that time that he owned a minor beauty pageant and would occasionally, frequently go into the dressing rooms. Other than that, it would never, ever happen. But I want you guys' take on that. He's about to kill me. He's like, how dare you?
What I want to say is people saying, oh, is this 4D chess? Are they just fighting with each other? Once you call somebody a pedo, once you
a PDF file,
once you say a PDF file, once you call somebody a PDF file, there's no coming back from that. Like,
Lord thought being called a JPEG was bad. He thought being called a JPEG was bad. Being called a PDF file, no, that's a whole nother.
Wait, is Elon Musk Kendrick Lamar in this situation?
Yes. Oh my god,
dude.
Okay, hold on, but also yes, we did know he was on the Epstein flight logs. All of the logs we saw, I think it was like 7 of them that he was logged in, are from Florida to JFK. We don't have any proof that he ever went to the island, so I don't want to even put anything out there like that. But for Elon to say it means that we're not talking about what the public already knows. For Elon to say it means he was hanging out with Trump Jr. and something slipped up, or Trump thought they were really close friends and said something. Like Elon's speaking with information that is not publicly available, and that's why he went to his social media platform and posted that.
Okay, can I give you
an avid drug? I don't know, a proponent of drugs, of using drugs, ketamine, different kinds of things. And sometimes the crash out is real. Sometimes you're just like, man, I'm so freaking pissed. This guy gave me a black eye the other day. I had to say it was my kid that gave me a black eye. Like,
Here's the other thing though, is like, why are you giving $250 million to somebody that you're about to call a pedophile? Then also you bring your son around this guy the entire time too. So those are two red flags. I'm like, Elon, you're acting like a freaking baby, and you need to text this dude who's supposed to be your homie. You said you love him as much as any heterosexual man can love another man. And then he gave you a heart love video 5 days ago. Y'all got to hash this out in the background. Like, this is like when you fall in love too fast, and then the crash out is crazy. Like,
Elon Musk, now that you guys bring it up, Elon Musk is kind of acting like the crackhead out by the corner store. You know what I mean? Just got the black eye, just
he got the tranquilizer in his thigh. And he's like,
how short-sighted. You blew up your whole Tesla, literally. Tesla,
you thought the liberals were bad at blowing up Teslas. You look at what you did.
Like, you did so much for this to be the way that, I don't know, it's just very short-sighted. Both of them are megalomaniacs. They are so egotistical.
Megalomaniac.
So narcissistic. It's just, we
I love
knew
it.
this would happen, but for it to happen so publicly is really embarrassing. And I just hope that Basent stays and can continue to babysit these guys.
Can I share a conspiracy theory with you that I've been thinking and looking at what it is? I think that this is okay. This is you commented it, so it's going up there. Okay.
But go while you do that. Please go to the DMs as well and show that one post that I posted from Faded.
Let's see what we got here.
The last one I just did.
Oh, look at this.
This is pretty funny. God, I love LA. I love West Coast culture, man. We spread. It doesn't matter what's going on. West Coast culture will.
We meme it up.
Find it.
Let me see here.
Faded from the DTLA cabal, so he
so here, this is my conspiracy theory, and I think you guys are gonna love it. I think you guys are gonna love it because it makes so much sense. My conspiracy theory, as you guys know, Peter Thiel donated to JD Vance as a senator. In fact, donated more to him than anybody has ever been donated to before by a single individual. And then JD Vance went on to start his own.
JD Vance is part of the PayPal mafia that I always tell you about.
He is a part of the PayPal mafia.
Absolutely.
So my thing is, what if Elon has been like a part of this, doing this with the intentional reason of like at some point crashing out, going absolutely against Donald Trump to the point where like Trump has no other option at some point, which he would never do, but to resign or to something that happens, but to where the power ends up going back to JD Vance. And keep in mind, Trump knows that JD Vance is part of the PayPal mafia. And so when he was asked early on, hey, do you see JD Vance as being a great successor? He's like, no, he didn't want it to be true, but kind of they've got the king in a corner right now.
He's the guy, bro. JD Vance is the guy. JD 2028. What do you have? I know you're thinking of something right now. Because when I think about JD Vance, I go, all right, this guy's an entrepreneur. He holds a lot of Bitcoin. Like, he has my interest in his mind because I'm like, bro, I mean, I don't know how true the story, he grew up in the Appalachian Mountains with the poor family. Like, there's all kinds of lore to his story. I like what he represents as an American. I like where he's at. I love the PayPal mafia connection, to be honest. But I'm not going to subscribe too much to the conspiracy. Donald Trump is a big loyalty guy. So when we saw JD Vance tweet out, Trump is the guy that I've ever known in my whole life to ever lead this movement and and I'm so happy to stand by him. That is because somebody talked to JD and said, yo, you better choose a side ASAP. Like, this ain't no games, man. Like, it's send a tweet out for Elon or send a tweet out for Trump.
Peter Thiel is the reason that JD and Trump met. Like they had a meeting together was because of that. And I wish JD was just a little bit cooler. Like it's like I don't know.
To the Bitcoin conference too.
I wish he was just
been pushed out. I feel like he's been pushed out a little bit, and he wasn't happy with that. I feel like Elon kind of superimposed himself along with the Cent, and JD was kind of being pushed to the background.
I think JD's just playing it smooth right now. He doesn't want to be the one out there making announcements, causing divides and stuff. He wants to unite it. By the time he inherits the administration in 2028, he wants people not mad at him for making announcements and shit, because he's basically showing up to the conferences that he needs to, showing up to the independent interviews that he needs to get his story and his narrative across. And if you go watch him with Theo Vaughn, you go watch him on Joe Rogan, or you go watch, like, you go listen to him, he's as like as normal and average of American as
anyone. Well, let's not get crazy, but I understand what you're saying.
I enjoy JD Vance.
Have you watched those? Have you watched any of those interviews, Laura?
I have. He's very well spoken. The Theo Vaughn. I watched all of them.
The Theo Vaughn one just happened yesterday, so you just watched that one recently, then?
No. Was he only on there once?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just watched his recent one. He might have been on there on the campaign.
But I just wish he was cooler. I wish he wasn't such I don't know, man.
You see who he's married to? I love that as well. He has like this.
But then now he's all like, let's throw all these immigrants out and stuff like that. People who are doing it legally, he's stomping on the Constitution. What I worry about, especially with the PayPal mafia here, is that I'm afraid, because I've heard a lot about the blogs that some of these folks have put out. And they really believe that like there should just be that democracy is dead, that like we should just have a supreme like ruler, and yeah, we live in a techno feudalism, and I don't really like that, man. And that like if you're not one of them, if you're not a millionaire or a billionaire like them, then like you really don't matter. Like whatever you want, whatever it is that you think, you're not like a real person. You don't matter. You're here to serve the people who are that way, and I don't like that way.
Money is power. You're either part of the power or you're fueling the power.
And he's like, no, I'm trying to be one of the I want Lord serving me. That's what I want.
I don't want to be mad anytime I see the market doing well. I don't want to be mad when I see a company acquire somebody or someone doing something with data, something that I would never do. I'm just sitting in my house and I'm not inventing or running any of these businesses, but I'm buying into these businesses. And the more that they innovate, the more money I make. And so I'm someone who's benefiting from it. And I think a lot of the American people should have some sort of exposure to the S&P 500 while we're speaking about. Let's check on the S&P 500 too. But you should have exposure to the top 500 companies in America so that you're proud of how America does it. But when you don't have exposure to every company and CEO in America, you're not going to be happy about everything going on. That's right. Just the truth.
That's fair. No, I believe. So here's the thing. I'm a bad Democrat. You guys know I'm far fucking left.
You're a horrible Democrat.
I want UBI. I want universal health care. Like, but I also love the Constitution, love the Second Amendment. I love capitalism. I like being able to buy for one.
You're a new Republican, bro. You're the old Democrat. Democrats like you don't even exist anymore. The Democrats, no, listen to me, bro. The Democrats that exist now got pink hair, purple hair, nose piercing, septum. They work at Starbucks. They're unemployed at the.
Me in 3 months. All of that should be in 3 months, Eddie.
Please don't dye your hair.
Dye it pink for not enough TYC, dude.
I think has a great point, though. I was just reading the Black Swan event.
Let's unpin this. Unpin that.
They talk about
it's not. I stopped. Okay, I know what you're saying. He said unpin my comment. Now I understand what he's saying.
Jesus, Trump about to kill me.
what were we just talking about?
Fine.
I'm sorry I interrupted you, Britt. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, Democrats versus Republicans is such a dumb debate because, as Elon pointed out, there needs to be room for the people who are in the middle, who are not far that way or far that way. There's a room right here. And I don't even think that this third party needs to be the third candidate that runs for president. I think this third party needs to basically tell the Dems and tell the reps, yo, you need me. So pitch me, pitch my people, my constituents, pitch my crypto users, pitch my minorities, pitch my small business owners. We have the power, and the Democrats and Republicans, you have to fight for this third party, which is the rational party or whatever you want to call it, right? And it's like, that's where I really see it, where it's like, yo, I want the guns too, and I also want pro-choice and on abortion, and I also want, it's like there is a lot of freedoms that I still think we can have.
In schools, I want kids and the youth to be like, no, I want your buy-in too. I want your buy-in.
I get that makes sense in theory, but moderates do not make change. Outliers make change.
I hate that.
So you have to be an outlier. You have to be an extremist for change to be made, and hopefully it's for the better. But if it's not, I mean, people feel, oh, the other side is so aggressive. So then be aggressive, get powerful, make connections with what you want to see grow and thrive in this world. But moderates and, oh, I'm okay.
Hood was included. Wait. Hold up. Someone just commented that. Yo, post Jacob Charlie podcast. Let me pin that real quick. Pin.
Done.
Yes. Is that okay? So hold on. Let's check it.
Yeah, you're having us pin this, but it's not confirmed, and I feel like one of the fake news guys.
You're one of the fake news guys now.
Oh God.
You pinned it.
Why are you saying that? What are you talking?
Because we need to get back to this.
I don't see anything about hood inclusion. Was that a troll? Are you trolling us, Jacob?
Take that back, gang. Someone just posted that.
It's unconfirmed. It's unconfirmed. Once it's confirmed, I'll post it.
Okay, but the viewers just shot up right now, so
continue to edge, guys. Continue to edge. I hope you didn't blow your load on that.
Jesus.
What she means is stay on the edge of your seats, guys. This is a family friendly show. We're doing it in the afternoon. You have to come for the Thursday 8 p.m. shows for it to be wild. Not trolling. It was posted on 2 news articles, and they took it down, is what he said.
Oh,
that's
so
I'm also seeing.
And then we got socially engineered. Got it.
I even screenshotted Google AI saying yes. I don't know how to post the screenshot. Go on X, and you can post it in the comments. Is the best way.
Twitter/X. You know the vibes.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, here I'll even put this up so that you can find that. You can find.
Bro, some people are like, Hood made it, and then other people are like, Hood didn't make it. They're dumping, and it's like.
Correction. Hood is not included. Correction.
Well, I mean, so with that being said, and it's like, ooh, is this a good time to buy or not? Like with it dumping, and it's like, oh, will it go up crazy if it gets listed?
I wouldn't say it's like, yeah, we are dumping a little bit, but we're selling off shares right now. We're not dumping until we're sub 50, I think.
$750. $750.
No, till we're sub 50.
Oh, sub 50. Okay.
Because we just reclaimed 66 on.
Fine, Laura, I'll subscribe. Sheesh.
We just reclaimed 66 last week or the week before. So until we sub 50, I'm not worried.
Bro, I mean, this is so big for me, bro, because over 50% of my Roth IRA is in Hood. Almost 90% of my individual account is in Hood. And then I own some of the yield max on Hood in my traditional account. So I'm like majorly exposed. I'm obviously a user. I have trimmed some. I sold 50 shares last week, all above 60 and 70 and this week too. So I'm going to do options. I'm going to hold out on some cash, but I have major exposure. And if we go up, it's not really going to matter that I took a little bit of profit here. I just wanted to make sure that if it didn't get in and we dumped, that I secured some of that profit up there because I had major exposure, like I said, and I just want some cash. I just want to do something with some cash.
Be that exposed, but when it's something like Hood that is a proxy on the market, I think that's okay. You're just being, you're invested in the market if you're investing in it. So.
And the other 50% of my portfolio in my Roth IRA is the S&P 500. So either way I win. I'm like, it doesn't matter who gets this. Like, we're good. So
he says there's no. So Jacob Charlie podcast. I'm going to walk you through it really quick tutorial live on the show. What you want to do is you want to go to our Twitter. So here's what I'll do. I'm gonna help you out. How this is Lord's instructional on how to post an image here. So we're gonna go home. So let's go. You're gonna go into that search bar. You're gonna put all of us. Let me put that down here. You're going to put all of us radio. You're going to look for this one. It says not NFT NYC June 26, all of us radio. That's what you're looking for. You're going to hit that. Bam. Then you're going to come down here. You're going to see this awesome ad for our 4th annual Not NFT NYC event happening June 26th at the Producers Club. Shout out all of our sponsors. And then you want to come down. Why is it not on our page? Why is it not on our page? Why is
It's
it
under that post? It's right under that post, dude.
No,
First pinned one. Why are you not looking at the pinned post?
This is
Claim
pinned.
your
What I'm saying is that why is this stream not on there? So why is our stream? How come it didn't get shared? All right. So what you want to do, even better, you can go to Ed Money's, right? It's the first one that I found. You can go to Ed Money's and you go right here. He
I thought you were trying to get the tickets.
no. So you go to Brittany's post, and right here you just leave a comment and you just put in whatever it is that you want, any screenshot you want in it.
Do something.
We'll be able to see it, and I'll even bring it up. And that's
look at that. Look at that streamception right there in the background.
Beautiful, bro. I don't know, man. So what do we do now? So what and I know that the market is responding by Robinhood, selling here and there because they're like, oh, I don't think this is going to happen. But what happens to the market as a whole? Is this standard practice to where, or is this really bad? Is this really bad that it's almost 7 p.m. I want to point that out. It's almost 7 p.m. on the East Coast, and we still don't know who has made it to the S&P 500.
This isn't a normal thing, but no S&P rebalance has happened so far. And I have this tweet from Wall Street Engine. They said, could it be they're not making any changes this time? If so, it'd be the first quarterly rebalance without any membership changes for the S&P 500 since March 2022. Amit comment on that. He said, can't they put out a press release saying no update? Billions of dollars on the line, and this is supposed to be one of the most important institutions in finance, and they can't even let us know? This is ridiculous. So I think a lot of people are in the same boat of just like, okay, well, if there's not any changes, then just say membership
changes, meaning nobody's being kicked out, nobody's being let in to the S&P 500.
Yeah, but I mean, I still think that it's like responsible to be like to release a statement like they said, to be like, hey, you know what I mean? We're not going to do anything. We're not going to make any changes. I just feel like that's a good thing to do. So I'm shocked. What is protocol for that?
I mean, what did they do in March 2022? I feel like we need to go back to that. Did they announce it in March 2022 that hey, the rebalancing will not be taking effect this year, will not be taking place this quarter? Or I got to ask Rock right now, what happened in 2022?
Jacob said he did post a screenshot. I would love to see the post and delete screenshot of the website that posted that.
I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. I looked at your post, I looked at Britt's post, I looked at our post, I didn't see it. You know what? Do Jacob Charlie podcast, put that in the search and then reverse engineer it, go to his replies and find it that way.
Let's see. He's on YouTube, it looks like. Jacob.
Well, he said he was on X. Jacob Charlie podcast. Oh.
Whoa.
Jacob Charlie Udea is what I think it's going to be. This account is temporarily restricted.
Damn it, Jacob Charlie.
We're trying, buddy. I mean, we're doing everything we can to.
It would be nice to see that though, because a lot of people aren't smart enough to take the screenshot, and they're just going to see the link, read it, and then when they go back, it's just deleted, and you didn't really get the chance to prove, hey, this mother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sharing stuff, clout chasing, but yeah, no, I believe him. If he said he had the screenshot of what happened, and also I believe a lot of these
comment on the AOU page or the or maybe you know what, maybe he put it on the AOU page. Maybe I bet you that's what he did. I bet you he put it on under our ad. No. I'm not seeing it there.
I'm not seeing anything. I'm getting sad, guys.
Yeah, so did we find out what the protocol is when there's been no
the announcement was made in March 2022 because there were membership changes at that time.
All right. How long after 5 p.m. EST did that happen? You know, I'm curious. I'm curious. There has to be a protocol for this type of stuff. There has to be.
Like, come on, this is literally billions of dollars on the line in regards to companies exiting and entering into the S&P 500. Because the thing is, Lord, is when you enter into the S&P 500, all of these indexes that track the S&P 500, like SPY, like SPLG, like VOO, like anybody who Vanguard's, they have a whole bunch of S&P 500 indexes. Anybody who's tracking this has to buy in when Hood enters into the S&P 500. So what happens is they kick someone out, they put them in, and they go, okay, well, anyone tracking the S&P 500 has to buy 1% of Hood. And so now all these random institutions, because they follow the S&P 500 rules and they want to say they track it almost to the T, they have to buy into Robinhood whether they bought in or not. And so it creates this.
Hold on, you got to step back. I want to make sure I understand this. Hold on. So if you're saying that if somebody gets added to the S&P 500, they automatically have to buy 1%?
Not 1%. It's all. So 1% was just my example, but basically out of the 500, they have to basically allocate that 500. Sometimes it's 504, but up to 500 companies, they have to allocate their resources to it, right? So 100% of some of these portfolios have to be in the S&P 500. When a company gets kicked out and a new company gets put in, you have to replace those allocations. You have to sell that company.
You reverse engineer it then?
Yeah, you sell that company and you buy the new company that got added.
Okay, so who would have to do that? Who would have to do
S&P? These guys who are making these decisions, the committee. It's a committee that basically says, hey, you are one of the most profitable companies, but it's not just based off being a profitable company. It's also based off industry. So it's like low key, they want to kick out a finance company and bring in Hood is kind of what they would want to do. Or they would want to kick out a crypto company and bring in Hood. Like you're going to want to keep the industry balanced, and the top 10 of every, hold on. The top 10 companies of every S&P is about 35 to 45% of the S&P. So think about that. Out of 500 companies, the top 10 are a majority of it. But it doesn't matter if you're 1 or number 500, you still have to get some sort of allocation. And it could be smaller than 1%. But over time, as you become more profitable, you can make your way up to the top 10 of the S&P, like Apple did, like Microsoft did, like Google did.
So would you have to go through right now, like if you wanted a live result, somebody would have already done this though, is to go and look at the S&P 500 and to see if anybody's like if there's anything new on it.
Right, but the committee is going to announce it before they even make any changes, and no changes will happen right now. That's the beauty of it, is we're just getting an announcement today. The actual changes to the S&P 500 won't happen until around like June 22nd or so. So like basically they're going to make an announcement. These people are out, these people are in, and then between that time, people are going to have to either buy into Hood and sell out of these stocks that got kicked out. And it just creates all this opportunity leading up to there. And then starting that day, everybody has to buy Hood. So, I mean, we just start running if we make it.
Has anybody been kicked out and made it back in?
I don't know. It's really tough to do that. Like the point of owning a company is to always grow, right? And we do this quarterly representation where in China, they might be able to have their company have a 10-year plan. But in America, we do this shit by quarters. So you need to show that you're being profitable, increasing your key performance metrics quarterly. So it's a little different over here, but basically if you start falling off, and you might be able to miss a quarter or two, but if you start falling off past that, usually you're just not profitable and your business model doesn't work, and somebody else is going to be eating your lunch. That's what that means. So basically you always want to grow. Every month you want to beat your expectations in your last quarterly results and your year over year results. So there's a lot to consider.
Interesting.
So are you going to be buying any, Brittany, from here to, let's say Robinhood gets announced today. Are you buying more Hood from here until inclusion day?
Yeah, hell yeah, I am. Yeah, no question about it. Absolutely. We'll have to, because then the runoff, we talk about, if I'm not ready for the runoff, I'm not ready for a moonshot just yet. Let me keep packing my bags. Yeah, will definitely be the time to pack your bags before that's it, guys. Ready for takeoff.
Hello?
Yeah.
Listen, because a real bitch is talking who gets real fucking money. Fucking weirdos.
Beautiful, bro. All right, man. Well, so what are we supposed to do? So I mean, let me ask you this. Would the norm be for like financial shows like ourselves to like stay until there's word, or do they like fuck it? You know what I mean? We'll find out on Monday. Is that like what
We
happened?
could wait 4 days. Yeah, we could wait till over the weekend. We really have no idea.
I just can't believe that everyone was anticipating that. You know what could happen too? Because Tesla back in the day wasn't supposed to like make it in the S&P 500. It was just so much chatter online about them getting in, and like it's a bunch of retail investors, right? So it's like, well, beginning it used to be, and these guys basically memed Tesla into the S&P 500. And what happens is when you become part of the S&P 500, you become part of the American flywheel, where more companies have to buy into you, indexes have to buy into you. People's retirement accounts who don't even control their allocation, they have to buy into you. And then when you get all this raised capital, you're able to make moves and buy new businesses and mergers, and it creates a flywheel of where you become more successful because you got this cosign. But obviously you need to earn your way into the S&P 500. Williams Sonoma got put in there, like we were saying, and they're like a painting company.
No,
No,
they're interior design.
oh, they're interior design. So they're like they're like
Home goods.
yeah.
For rich people.
And so they sell expensive cookware and expensive vases and stuff like that. And these guys got put in the last time S&P inclusion was available, and Hood got ousted, unfortunately. But if you look at them today, they're not even eligible to be in the S&P 500 today, Williams Sonoma, even though they got put in like 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, so it's like you guys got the opportunity to be in there, and now you guys aren't even keeping up, even with the wind behind your back. You're not even keeping up with the eligibility, so they could get kicked out this year, next year.
How often does this happen?
Every quarter.
4 times a year, yeah.
Every quarter.
Well, if you have one bad quarter, you're not going to immediately get kicked out. It
Yeah.
doesn't work like that.
So
Like,
why did these folks get kicked out if they've only been here for 2 months?
No, they
haven't been kicked out yet.
But
well,
they're already ineligible. Like
if eligibility came up today, they wouldn't make it. Like based off of S&P's eligibility requirement.
So if you don't maintain it, you get kicked out. No, they have to. Yeah, you have to be.
And you have to be profitable. Obviously, they're not going to put a company in there that just like doesn't make money.
Another thing I want to say, these kinds of companies getting added to the S&P are really a great indicator of where the economy is going. The economy is going. Banking is going to be combined with crypto, blockchain technology. We see with once we have Coinbase, Circle, Robinhood, those kind of additions into the S&P, it's really going to be. People talk about what is the onboarding event going to be? What is the massive onboarding event we need for crypto? Regulatory clarity. That's what it's going to be when people are actually using tokenized dollars. When people are buying stablecoin summer. That's going to be the onboarding event that we've all been waiting for in this space. It's not as sexy as meme coins and alts and using Bitcoin for loans. It's not as sexy as that, but it's good for the long run, good for longevity.
Rudigity says in phase getting kicked out supposedly for Hood or one of the others like APP or TTD. Did you guys see this coming?
Yeah, I'm down with Enphase leaving. Like that makes sense.
That does make sense. Good swap.
I mean, that's the other thing too, is we're really a software nation. Our biggest exports are software. And then when you buy our software, like Google, Android, IO, whatever you're buying, like when you're paying for this hardware that comes with software, like any of that, you have to pay US dollars. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what's going on. If you need to make sure you're maintaining your value of your currency in the US dollar amount, then you're going to want to hold stables if you're not holding the US dollar directly. So a lot of this is just, it's all just a flywheel too for Robinhood, because Robinhood has their stable coin deals. They bought their crypto exchange, Bitstamp in EU.
Way more about the US Dollar Global Network very soon. Buy some USDG. I think you heard it here first, guys.
USDG is the stable coin Robinhood partnership with Paxos that includes Kraken, includes a couple other big dogs as well. And so that stable coin, a lot of people don't even know, like crypto natives don't even talk about that. But these are just more stuff that's exciting that's coming to the platform because it's just gonna get better.
It's Pez says, is the announce coming in or nah? We are legit cooked if this thing falls below 6.5.
I don't think we're cooked. I think it's going to be a buying opportunity. We said we would be so cooked if it fell below 40 during the tariff liberation day, and we went to 33, rebounded all the way back to 77 new all-time highs. So I don't know. This is the most volatile market, but it's really exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's exciting because I'm nowhere near retirement. It's exciting because of my time horizon. If I had a much smaller time horizon, I'd be freaking out right now.
It's funny too. It says it's Pez says S&P are unreliable right now, and I guess kind of like I don't think that from me as an outsider, right? Like somebody that's barely like just putting the toe in the water. For me, honestly, I'm like, it is kind of unreliable. Like right now, if you said this is like a delayed mint, this is what this is. This is what it feels like in the crypto world, and that's the best way that I can describe it.
This does feel like a delayed mint, like they didn't reveal the picks or something like that. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so right now that makes it feel like something's happening, something's not right. Should I dump my bag? What's going on? But it creates FUD, doesn't it? It creates that fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market, and it's making other folks feel as well like that it's unreliable right now, that there's no way to be able to like feel comfortable in this decision, at least not with a statement, or even a statement right now saying that like, hey, either they're not coming in or nobody's leaving, or we've delayed this for 24 hours or over the weekend.
Yeah, we've delayed the rebalancing. That makes sense. I'm sure Robinhood team is absolutely on pins and needles. I'm not too sure who else is really waiting today. This is the only one I care about. But yeah, we're falling off a cliff right now, guys. We're down 5% in after hours, and it seems to keep dropping. But I'm still bullish. And if you're bullish, then you could see this as a buying opportunity if it did get away from you.
That's exactly what Rudd said. He's buying more if it drops for sure. It's Pet says, I have Hood at 50, but even this is concerning me. If there is a retail sell-off on Monday from panic, it should have been announced 2 hours ago. Fair enough. So it's looking like that's happening. Now, I want to get to this next comment, but I have a question for you, Britt. Is there a reason why this would happen? Okay, because this is rare. This is not the norm. Is there a reason why this would be happening? Why an announcement would be delayed? Why there would be no news? What would be happening behind the scenes that would cause something like this to happen?
Markets are in free fall. I don't know, but that's not the case. Like, we don't have any knows that retail is aware of as to why it would be holding up unless S&P is actually having some technical difficulties. They put up a 404 gateway error earlier today saying, sorry for the inconvenience, please come check back. If they're just absolutely swamped with, users right now, trying to use the site, I don't know what's going on. I'm searching, I'm refreshing. I have no reason that this should be happening.
I don't have a reason either, other than just confusion at the committee, because that's the thing is these guys have their own rules, you know what I'm saying? And they're making their own decisions. And it's like things like last time where they put things like Williams Sonoma in before Robinhood or the trading desk or App 11 or any of those. It's like when you're making decisions like that, you don't have your finger on the pulse of where the value is. And Williams Sonoma, no retail people are going to pay triple the amount for a vase that they can go get at Home Goods or the competitor. And
not in this economy.
And so when I see how they do this, it's a committee, and I don't know if it's based off of stakes and handshakes, but it doesn't feel like it's as transparent as it should be, knowing that they control a lot of what's going on, a lot of the economic activity.
Steak and shakes are two of my favorite things. But let's look at this. What do we have here? The link that you sent me, I was able to pull up this time. It didn't give me an error. Is there somewhere you'd like me to go?
No, it's going to be right down the top. Like scroll down to the news announcements.
Index launches, index announcements.
Yeah, let's click on those. Let's see if any of those work out.
That'll be so exciting when we can own an index with Hood. That'll be
the Robinhood S&P500.
That'd be
cool.
So sick. I mean, that's what we're all waiting for right now, I think.
June 6th, 2025.
Decommission. Okay. Yeah, that's important. This makes me very anxious, but also I don't understand why they're so unreliable when everyone was expecting this. This is not like just a couple people like anticipating this. Like the entire market is looking at this. Like every investor is paying attention to what's going on right now. So it's just weird that we wouldn't even get an announcement saying, "Hey guys, no inclusion, no dismissals. Like we're gonna move forward with what we got until next time."
Yeah, and that is, and what's crazy. So this is my first time experiencing this. This is my first time seeing this like live. This is, it's my first, and so like I was fucking hype when we started, and now I feel like I'm depressed, and like I can only imagine like, and by the way, I have $0 invested here, not zero, but like very, very few, only because Eddie and Britt had me drink beers and load money into Robinhood. Do I have anything in it? But
Right.
There's got to be somebody with hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in it that is sweating bullets right now to know if like the thing that they believed in got delisted, or if the thing that they believed in got into it. Somebody's going to have a bad weekend.
All the people that were not able to roll their calls or exit. Though, I mean, if you had options that you were not able to get out of that, I don't know,
Right.
that's
The other
not
thing, because it
pretty
closes, doesn't it? Your market closes. Crypto is 24/7, but the stock market closes.
You know, when Hood is
It says
what?
this guy said check Bloomberg title. S&P Dow Jones makes no changes to the S&P 500 in the quarterly
Why
report.
is Bloomberg token gated? They're so annoying for that, but they do have the inside scoop.
I mean, I'm down to
Token gated? Did I just say token gated?
paywall. Paywall is what she meant, but we all knew what you meant.
Speaking of what she meant, Retro Desert asked UPS or TGT.
Target is making moves right now. I mean, UPS just lost their, I don't think that they lost their partnership with Amazon for the returns, but I think that Amazon is looking at more shipping options to handle their returns. So I would say go with Target, because they seem to be innovating for partnerships with Disney, other things I've heard, and the consumers love Target. Consumers love. I mean, my sister-in-law spends her bag at Target every single chance she gets, and she's turning my niece into the same way. Like, you can't win with, I mean, you can't lose with millennials and Target.
Yeah, go ahead and pin it. I see the article from Bloomberg. No rebalance changes.
They also said Hood is in. What?
And Target was the sponsor of the last riots that happened. So yeah, I would go Target as well. What do we got here? There was no inclusions, or they also said Hood is on. I'm not posting that because I don't have anything that confirms that. There was no inclusions or rebalance this quarter. Next inclusion rebalance in September
2025.
Yeah, I see what Redigity is saying. I can see that. I don't see what Leo Lima is saying.
I don't know. They also said Hood is in. That's again. That's where. Why are the folks so interested in the misinformation? I don't feel comfortable posting it because I don't have anything to confirm that.
Markets aren't reflecting that Hood is in. We're still dumping to 70-60. So
yeah, I'm from some of my sources. S&PX makes no changes across 3 major indices. 5 billion market cap. Okay, so they're keeping CZR 5 billion market cap unprofitable, and keeping Hood and App out seems insane. That's
App 11 is not in either. Wow. Okay, guys, buy up. Look at some. We've been blessed by the retail gods for no inclusion, I'm going to say right now. And buy it up before September.
So here's some of the this is the qualifying thing. So you need a minimum market cap of 20.5 billion, positive earnings for your most recent quarter and the prior 4 quarters.
Share that, or tell me where to go so that I can put it, so I can bring that up.
Yeah, 1 second, I'll post it right here in the comments.
And if anybody wants to be added to the chat, we're on X. Let us know. We'd be glad to add you to the AOU chat, where you can share alpha, plots, plans, theories, theses, conspiracy theories, money grabs, whatever you want. If you'd like to be put in the chat, just drop a comment below, and we'll make sure to add you there if you're on Twitter.
Wait, what does that have to do? The Hood is 60 billion market cap.
No, what I'm saying is they're keeping what's this company called? This company is called.
Where did you send it, boss?
They're keeping a company that is small. I sent it. I commented on the thing, so you could just.
Okay, I think
No qualifying candidates. Companies considered for inclusion must meet a strict criteria. Minimum market cap of 20.5 billion. Positive earnings for the most recent quarter and
prior
four
four
quarters. Adequate liquidity. If no new companies met these thresholds or significantly outperformed existing constituents, the committee might have opted against changes. But we did, like, if you go look at let me send you Crossroads. This is another. This is a trusted.
Really quick to ask Eddie, what criteria did Hood not meet to get in?
That's the thing, is they meet those criterias, and there's companies that are already included in the S&P 500 that do not meet those criterias. And I'm going to show you that right now.
That they're not letting go. I don't think that they made space for Hood. So even though Hood does meet all the criteria, they're not going to let CZC. They're not going to release. What was it?
It was CZR.
CZR. They're not going to release CZR. So
our guy from Robinhood is punching air right now, isn't he?
God, I'm punching air right now.
They met the criteria. They just did not agree to the change inclusions.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm sorry. What does that mean? Robinhood did not agree to the change inclusions, or
no. S&P didn't agree. The committee didn't.
So they didn't release that other company that would have. You know how you try to swap in similar industries.
Oh.
Here, I just sent a link of what was posted from Crossroads, so you can see where we got that from. Yeah, I mean, if you're trading at 5 billion and you're not profitable, like, kick them out of the S&P.
By the way, I can't copy.
Say that again.
I cannot copy and paste that.
Guys,
You know how you drop it in the comments in the? Oh, yeah, I'd have to go to YouTube to do that.
Oh, you can't see it in your comments on StreamYard?
Well, I can. The thing is I cannot copy and paste it.
Oh.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Send it in the
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I just sent it to you again right there.
There you go.
It's okay, guys. We'll all cope together. We'll all continue to buy.
I'm sorry, guys. We got you hyped. We appreciate you tuning in, but we'll have to start a new party for the next S&P. The thing is they didn't make it in today, but they will make it in because they are profitable. They are growing accounts. They're growing memberships. They're growing assets under custody.
They're onboarding new users.
They're literally hitting every key performance metric you can think of. So,
and they're planning for the future and for generations' futures. But even though we didn't make it, guys, the market cap stays on. We're not going anywhere. We're here. We're locked in. Hood stays for life.
Hell yeah. It's a buying opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. And for those that are upset,
you
man.
like that? Go look for something else. We're pretty happy.
We are pretty happy.
Beautiful. I love it, man. I think we will end it there. But Eddie, Britt, is there anything that you guys want to talk about, discuss before we go?
Follow us on Hood Retail on X and on YouTube. We talk all things Hood, market, all that good stuff. We will also have a space next Wednesday. And of course, check out Not NFT NYC, 4th annual. You don't want to miss it.
Absolutely. Eddie, anything you want to plug, promote, talk about, discuss before we go?
Nah, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Let's do some research. Let's go touch some grass, get some sun on our foreheads, and we'll see what happens next week in the market.
Hell yes. What I'd like to plug is Not NFT NYC. Shout out to Danny Fent for creating this graphic. We're going to be there in Manhattan. That's right, NYC, for our second off-Broadway production, Not NFT NYC. Look, it's not about NFTs, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have comedy. We're talking stable coins. We're talking DeFi. We're talking memes. Tickets, only $22 right now. There's going to be a comedy show, an hour-long comedy show. You're going to get meta betties. We're hoping we got a DJ confirmed. We have a speakeasy. And if you're into crypto, you might have a check your wallet moment. But check out Not NFT NYC going down June 26th in Manhattan at the Producers Club. Until then, have fun, be safe, do community service. Check us out on Thursday, 6:09 p.m. right here on X. Peace.
Bye.